See, sir, what are the two best feedbacks you have received?
So I've already shared one. Let me give you the other one. So, like I'd mentioned once that Mrs Maja Daruwala, who was my director, she gave me the feedback, she never make better the enemy of good. And that was in June 2000, Anurag. The very next month, I had another instance where she gave me a feedback which changed my life forever. And the best recurring pattern, Anurag, I've seen in the most effective feedback is those feedbacks never begin with the words, I have some feedback for you. Yeah. They come out in a conversation, and I found those feedbacks had a quality that they were more in the form of a question that got me thinking. So let me come to the second feedback. So a month later in July 2000, we were organizing a workshop, a seminar in Bhopal, along with the Madhya Pradesh State Human Rights Commission, where we were supposed to discuss the research findings of our work, which we had published in the form of a book. Now, we started off on the wrong foot. People from Madhya Pradesh, they didn't like us. They suspected us. They thought we are some bunch of English-speaking Western NGO people coming from Delhi who know it all. We were going to come down and lecture them on human rights, whereas people don't even have money to buy food. So we got off on the wrong foot. But interestingly, by the end of the second day, around 4 p.m., during the tea break, this animosity and mutual suspicion had come down to about 80%. Sorry, by 80% it had come down. So that's when the then chairman of the Human Rights Commission there, Justice Gulab Gupta, he called me aside and he said, Shri, I've noticed something that in the last 2 days, you've put up this counter of all your publications outside the conference room. I find them very helpful. They're on right to information, they're on access to justice, they're on constitutional governance and all. Why don't you go and tell your boss, Mrs Daruwala, that if you can give us all this stuff, we will have them translated into Hindi and have it distributed in this state. Now, I was a 24-and-a-half-year-old angry young man at that time, Anurag. And I politely said yes, but ran back to my director and I told her everything. She got very excited and she said, Shri, whatever is left, just give it to Justice Gupta and say that the pending stuff we'll send on Monday. Now, she was sitting like this and I was standing in front of her. And I asked her this question. I said, ma'am, are you out of your mind? She said, why, Shri, what happened? I said, ma'am, don't you get it? These people will take all our material, translate it in Hindi, put their name and logo and emblem, and will not give us even a line of acknowledgement and credit. And ma'am, that is unfair. I thought I had made my case. But Anurag, I wasn't prepared for what came and hit me. Now she heard this, she started smiling, and she asked me a question in the form of a feedback in the form of a question rather, which changed my life forever, Anurag. She said, Shri, tell me something. Since when have you become bigger than the cause of human rights? Now, for a moment, Anurag, I didn't understand this question. It hit me like a ton of bricks. I said, what do you mean? She repeated the question, Shri, since when have you become bigger than the cause of human rights? Shri, the purpose of our organization is also to make sure that more and more people become aware of their rights and duties at the earliest possible. If you and I were going to come down to Madhya Pradesh and do this, it will take us the next 6 years. But the Commission can get the same job done in the next 6 months because as per the Human Rights Act of 1993, every state Human Rights Commission is also supposed to have a district human rights cell. And it's a huge state. Shri, they can get it done in the next 6 months. And almost in passing, she told me something. And by the way, Shri, we are not an intellectual property rights firm. I needed no more convincing, Anurag. And that question, I continue to realize the significance of that feedback even today. In one simple feedback, in one simple question, she had me aligned with the organizational purpose and left me with no doubts. And long story short, went and did that. And as a result, Justice Gulab Gupta invited us to conduct training programs in the prisons of that state. That's how I came on to training.